Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Red Dead Weapons. Today, we're going to be doing a gun from Red Dead Redemption 2 that, when you're playing as Arthur, doesn't make much sense to have, but when you're playing as John, it perfectly does. I'm talking about the Browning Auto-5 shotgun, developed by John Moses Browning in 1898, but wasn't produced till early 1902. This gun is a bit of anachronistic usage, because, let me tell you something. You had to get a prototype to use the son bitch. Because they didn't make them. I mean, yeah, they had prototypes, so they ain't going to be in the public. They started making these in 1902. And they made them all the way up till 1998. And the original manufacturer was Browning Arms Company. It was also developed by Fabrique Nationale, or FN, Herstal, Belgium, Remington Arms, Savage Arms, and Morocco Company. They were used in all the way up from World War I, all the way up to the Rhodesian Bush War Malayan emergency in Vietnam. Now, I would get on to the topic of Rhodesia, but, well, we all know what happened to that place. They got taken over by a bunch of commie pieces of shit. But anyway, this gun, its weight is about 9 pounds or 4.1 kilograms. Its total length is 127 centimeters or 50 inches. Its barrel length is 71.1 centimeters, and its overall in inches is 28 inches. This gun was in 12 gauge, 16 gauge, and 20 gauge. So, yeah. Now, the main feature of this gun is that it's semi-automatic, which was revolutionary for the time. Now, it's an underhand loader, like most shotguns. Got that little loading gate there. It has a little bead sight on it. Little beads. The gun was also called the Humpback because, well, it looks like a humpback. And now, the gun itself was first designed by Browning in 1898. So maybe Doctor said, we'll add it in just to say, oh, hey, you got a very special prototype. But, I mean, honestly, though, in Red Dead 2, semi-auto shotgun is only good, like, for, like, NPCs and really close up range and PvP and shit. It ain't that good like in Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1, that gun was the fucking shit, alright? You get the bolt action, the fucking 1900 FN Browning, and that bitch with the semi-auto shotgun, dude, you're gonna fucking clap asses on Red Dead 1. Red Dead 2, bolt action's still pretty good. And the FN 1900 Browning's pretty good too. So that's more of a prototyping online. Now, the gun itself is, because its reason it got the nickname Humpback though is because of its distinctive rear end. Because top of the action goes straight back on the lever. But on this one, it features a distinctive high rear end, pretty much where John's holding it by the handle and on the trigger, because he's aiming, he's about to shoot. That is why it's called a humpback, because it literally looks like the hump of a back on the back of a whale. Now, these guns, like I said, were produced in 12, 20, mainly 12 and 20 gauges, though there were also 16 gauges, but those they were available for models of that. 16 gauge models were available, but they weren't produced from after 1976 up till 1987 again. They stopped making them during that time. They were actually very extensively used by the military. They were used by the U.S. and the British. Mainly British using the Malayan emergency, which pretty much was Malayan emergency was pretty much communist bullshit. Fucking commie bastards. But that was mainly used by the Special Air Service in the Malayan emergency, because they found this gun to be perfect for jungle combat. And like I said, jungle combat is a shithole. Anyway, this gun originally started out being produced. Eventually, it's originally produced by FN, Fabrique Nationale de Herstal, which pretty much is a Belgian company. It's a Belgian gun manufacturer, who are also known for 1900 Browning, 1903 Hammerless, and all that stuff. Made a couple good arms. I originally was going to do the rolling block, but I figure I'll do that later, because why not, you know. Now, this gun holds 5 rounds. It has real shitty accuracy, but it's whatever. Now, this eventually led to a later design, the Model 11, which was produced from 1905 to 1947. Now, I'm assuming the Model 11 is one we're going to be having online, because In story mode, that'd probably be making the most sense. So this is probably a Model 11, but it's based off the Browning Auto-5 originally. But it's whatever. Now, these guns were made by Remington, the Japanese company Maruku, and all that, and FN. Remington actually made 850,000 of these. Though but that stopped in 1947. So if you get a A5 that's like made in 1947 or before that, that's a Remington model. After though, they moved it back to Belgium with FN, but it ended in 75. Though now that FN said, no, we're gonna move this to Japan, and Japanese company Miraku started making those up till 1998. Though there are like commemorative models of this gun and stuff. Like there's like commemorative models of like just for like wall hangers and shit. This gun was used by several countries, mainly all the way from British Empire all the way down to Italy, even the Philippines, Rhodesia. Rhodesia is Zimbabwe, well, occupied Rhodesia, as they call it. It was used in Malaysia, the Philippines, U.S., Japan. Now, this gun in game, it has not the best accuracy. Like I will compare this with the pump. Actually, holy shit, this actually has better accuracy with the slugs in it. But buckshot, it's negligible. But these guns are dirty as shit. Yeah. Yeah, sure. The pump has more damage than the semi-auto, because semi-auto is semi-automatic. It has a recoil spring in it, so pretty much it's propelling itself. You don't have to manually cock it, you just pull the trigger as fast as you can, really. So, yeah. Pump action has more range. The repeating shotgun actually has a faster reload. Slower fire rate, actually. What the fuck? Oh, actually, that makes sense because semi-auto. The damage on the repeating shotgun is way better than the semi. Pump action and repeating shotgun are toss-up mainly. Pump action has more accuracy than the repeater. Now, compare that with double barrel. That gun isn't that accurate, but it whops more of a punch, has a quicker fire rate, and it has a little bit more range on the semi-auto. And yeah, the pump action actually has more range, though the reload's a lot quicker, and the accuracy is about the same. Repeating shotgun, it doesn't have best accuracy, but it has a quicker fire, slightly slower fire rate, but it has a lot more damage. Same with the double barrel. But in use, this gun is mainly good for clearing out enemies. Now, like I said, this gun was used mainly by the military. I mean, you can get like civilian versions and shit, but in terms of PvP use, this gun is actually really shitty. Alright, like watch. Alright, like sure, they work on NPCs, but on a player, they ain't really gonna work for shit. I mean, look at this guy. Now, if I was going to rate this weapon for PvP base, historically, for online and story mode, it only makes sense if the online got put up to 1907, because that's when they were getting produced. Like, they started getting mainly produced in 1902. The prototypes were in 1898 and stuff. So it's not historically accurate, but Rockstar just threw it in because it's Red Dead 1's pump action. Red Dead 1 semi-auto are the best two known guns and shit. So, yeah. What's this guy doing?
Mister? No. Right, damn. Blink in your...
As you can see, this gun does hella good damage at close range. I mean, look at this guy. He's just obliterated. But, yeah, if I was gonna also recommend it for PvP, I would say use it at close range, for real close range, with slugs, because fucking, but again, no one ever uses it for PvP. It's a good, in real life, Red Dead 1, great shotgun. Red Dead 2, god awful. I recommend using the pump or the repeating shotgun over that. Maybe the double action from time to time, depending on the distance. Anyway, though, next episode is going to be the rolling block. Gun that, well, has a really cool history to it, and it is like our version of the buffalo rifle. Now, also on a side note, this gun is a long recoil operated semi-automatic shotgun, and it has a tubular magazine, so yeah. But I'm not going into details on how it was used. I've already gone into that enough. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck out there, and peace.